The Gaze of Anubis, Secrets of the Ancient Temple. In the heart of the ancient city, hidden away from prying eyes, stood a secluded temple dedicated to Anubis, the enigmatic god of the dead. The temple's corridors were draped in shadows and mystery, its walls adorned with faded hieroglyphs that spoke of rites and rituals long forgotten. At the center of the temple's inner sanctum loomed an ominous statue of Anubis, carved with unnerving precision. Its lifelike eyes, dark and deep, seemed to follow every step of those who dared enter, as if weighing their souls with an unyielding, silent judgment. On one fateful night, when the moon hung low and the desert winds carried whispers of ancient curses, a corrupt merchant named Rameses, driven by greed and the desperate need for absolution, approached the temple. Rameses had amassed great wealth through unscrupulous means, exploiting the vulnerable and betraying sacred trusts for his personal gain. Haunted by guilt, yet blinded by his desire for redemption, he believed that seeking forgiveness at the Temple of Anubis might cleanse his soul of the stain of his misdeeds. With trembling hands and a heart pounding in anxious anticipation, Rameses pushed open the heavy stone door. The cool air of the temple enveloped him, and the flickering light of his torch revealed the silent majesty of the halls. As he moved deeper into the sanctuary, a strange stillness settled around him, a silence so profound it seemed to muffle even his ragged breathing. Every step echoed on the ancient stone floor, each sound a reminder of the countless souls that had passed through these sacred chambers. Then, in the darkness, something extraordinary occurred. As Rameses reached the base of the imposing statue, the figure's eyes suddenly ignited with an unearthly blaze, a radiant, piercing light that cut through the shadows. In that heart-stopping moment, a paralyzing terror seized him. It was as if the very air around him had solidified, trapping his body in place, while his mind screamed for escape. From the depths of the temple's gloom, spectral judges began to emerge. Ghostly apparitions clad in ancient robes, their expressions stern and unyielding. These ethereal beings, embodiments of divine justice, circled the merchant slowly. Their eyes, aglow with a ghostly luminescence, bore into his soul. One by one, they began to recount his sins in a cacophony of silent condemnation. The room filled with vivid, horrifying visions, scenes of betrayal, ruthless greed, and the suffering of those whose lives he had ruined. Rameses found himself forced to confront the full weight of his transgressions. Every misdeed was laid bare before him, each act of cruelty and every stolen moment of honor replayed as if in a spectral theater. The voices of the spectral judges, though silent to the ear, resonated deeply within his consciousness, each word a hammer blow to the fragile veneer of his morality. His heart pounded as memories of his actions, scenes of torment and despair, overwhelmed him, merging with the oppressive presence of the god whose gaze now condemned him. In that instant, time itself seemed to fracture. The merchant's vision blurred between the tangible and the supernatural, as if he were caught in a limbo where past and present converged. The judges, silent arbiters of fate, continued their relentless scrutiny. Each spectral figure represented a facet of divine retribution, and together they formed an inescapable tribunal that rendered his soul unworthy of salvation. Rameses' mind reeled as the full horror of his eternal damnation was laid before him. The glowing eyes of Anubis, once a symbol of protective guidance, now shone with the icy light of irrevocable judgment. With each passing second, the weight of his sins grew heavier, binding him in a curse that promised no escape. His plea for mercy, a feeble whisper in the vast, echoing chamber, was lost to the eternal void of divine wrath. As the vision reached its terrifying crescendo, the spectral judges slowly receded into the temple's shadowy depths, leaving behind a silence more oppressive than before. The blazing gaze of the statue dimmed to a cold, distant light, yet its lingering presence continued to hold Rameses captive. Trapped in that moment of profound terror and remorse, he realized that his soul had been condemned to an endless cycle of judgment and suffering. a curse that would not be lifted until the end of time. Thus, in the sacred halls of Anubis, under the watchful and unyielding gaze of the god of the dead, the corrupt merchant's fate was sealed. His eternal damnation became a grim reminder to all who dared defile the sanctity of the divine, a testament to the immutable power of divine justice and the inescapable consequences of sin.